meditate on Him all the way. That is to honor Him.
On the dais, Ms. D. Abhigyan, Conference Chairman, Sri Keshav Chand, President, Hyderabad Deccan Brahmo Samaj, Mrs. Rekha Sahani, Conference President, Mr. Bhute P. Krishna, President, Central Council of Brahmo Samaji, Sri Anuruddha Rakshit, Conference Committee Secretary, respected members of the Brahmo Samaj, distinguished delegates, spiritual leaders, guests, ladies and gentlemen, and young friends. Actually, when a delegation from very close to Bengal, Tripura, and today as I was sitting on this dais, I was talking to the lady, and she told me she is the 7th generation Brahmo Samaj. And I'm delighted to know that the message once enunciated by great men like Radha Ram Roy, Maharshi Devendranath Thakur, Rabindranath Thakur himself, Eknath Chandra Sen, have reached far and wide, and many of the Brahmo Samaj organizations are celebrating the century and 150th year. It shows the validity of this thought process. The greater test is time tested. What transcends time, we say is Shastra. Gets deleted by time. So the thought process that was grew from Bengal has proved itself in Shastra. And he said, Brahma Vivahi Keva, that Brahma is supreme. And that is from the Upanishads. That is from the Upanishads. That we believe that there is a consciousness in the whole universe. The consciousness of the Brahmanda is known as Brahma. The consciousness on which this Brahmanda works is Brahma. And without the blessings of Brahma, nothing can work. So that Brahma Vivahi Keva, and that is the Guru Vivahi Keva. Because we think the Guru also is Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Parameshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Guru Deva. We say that. The value of Brahmo Samaj is something that is very important for India. Something that has come out of the soil of this great nation. And Radha Ram Mohan Roy was the first one to see that the Indian civilization spoke of women emancipation. Today we are talking about women empowerment, we are talking about so many things. But he was bold enough to say these things. But there is no difference. God has treated us equally. To think that the notion of equality came only in Western world or from the electric thought process is wrong. It is ingrained in the civilization of this country, of this nation, I should say. And Radha Ram Mohan Roy saw it in those days. And he brought it into practice. And the most celebrated, one of the most celebrated universities in the world is Shantiniketan, Vishnu Bharati. And in that also, Rabindranath Thakur or Rabindranath Tagore himself coined the motto of the Vishnu Bharati, and he said, where the whole world makes a nest. Vishnu Bharati concept is where the whole world makes a nest. Because he believes if the God is one, then the world is also one. And on that concept, Mahaprabhu Upanishad become to the famous saying, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, that comes from that. And because as Brahma is saying, it reveals everything. If God is one, rituals may be different. As the Hindi was saying, Ekam Sat Vishwa Bhavati. We may pray in different ways. Some may look to the east, some may look to the west, some may look up, some may look down. But we pray to the same. Doing good work for the last 100 years, or some of them are 150 years. And I'm even happy to see that young people are there. The Samaj will go on for a few more 100 years, I think. So, future of the Samaj. And the Brahma thought is the important Indian thought. It's a very, very important thing. And today in this age of technology and artificial intelligence and computers, internet, our country cannot forego spirituality. These have to be driven by something. Technology cannot drive itself as we think. It has to be driven towards the goal. And what is that driving force that India must inculcate in every citizen? Is the driving force of spirituality. That we are one. There is one God. And many people think that the Indian religion, because the Western religion defines itself as having monotheists who believe in one God and polytheists who believe in many gods. It is not so simple. In India, we are neither polytheists, neither we are monotheists. We are omnitheists. We believe that God is everywhere. That Brahma is everywhere. The Western world is very simplistic. They say that if you believe in many gods, then you are polytheist. Nothing more than that. And if you believe in one God, then you are monotheist. You say no. That cannot define spirituality. That cannot define the way the Indian culture works. The closest thing we get is called a new word, that omnitheist, that we believe that Brahma is everywhere. It is the consciousness that pervades everything. Even Adi Guru Shankaracharya, when he spoke and gave that beautiful mantra of Shivoham, he said, I am neither feeling, neither I am sight, neither I am the brain, neither I am the heart, neither I am negative, neither I am positive. Chidananda Rupam Shivoham Shivoham. It is the consciousness that is true. So thousands of centuries we have believed in this. And Raja Ram Mohan Roy and Maharshi Devendra Thakur and Rabindranath Thakur and Keshav Chandra Sen, all have taken it forward. All have taken it forward. And as someone was saying, that we must organize. But as you organize, you must also bear in mind the organization cannot replace spirituality. And we can show the world that, no one else can show it. Because organizations come with very strict rules, we follow the West. And don't look left, don't look right, do this, organizing rules and regulations. But we homeopathists, we see God in everything. And in every human being. We can do that. We organize to work, to serve. It is not only to make our organization strong or to become powerful organizational leaders. We organize because Swami Vivekananda said work is worship. To worship we organize. We are one of the societies who know how to organize to worship. as enunciated by the great, sage Vivekananda said, work is worship. So we are organized to work, and work is nothing but worship. Worship to Brahma. To lead us all. And as I said, in this age of AI and technology and computer and so many other things to come, everything must have a goal. Where will it take us? Technology cannot drive technology. That will be disastrous. What should drive technology? It is dharma. The right action, the right thought, the right value. It is, in English you can say it is morality. And morality defined by the Brahma Samaj. That humanity is one. If God is one, humanity is one. And if we are one, Vasudeva Kutumbakam. It is only the small who think of yours, mine, ours. And the ones with vision, ones with empathy, ones with spirituality will think the whole world is a bad. So I commend this conference, and I am sure you will deliberate, and I am sure young people will join more. It is one of the great value systems. The Brahma Samaj I see it as a value system. A system that upholds the values of this age. And I am very happy to know that in Bombay there is a Brahma Samaj, in Hyderabad there is a Brahma Samaj. I was quite surprised. I thought I didn't hear them talk like Brahma Samaj. They said yes, Brahma Samaj. And I corrected them either Brahma Samaj or from all over India, and I think a lot of the delegates come from Bengal also, and to organize, to worship. It's a beautiful. And you can worship without being ritualistic also. We don't have a, word for religion in India, and they don't have a word for dharma there. It's reciprocal. So we try to interchange each other. That is our fault actually. They don't have a word for dharma, and we don't have a word for religion. Because religion comes from the Latin word, like rituals. It knows. So I am very happy that the Brahma Samaj is doing well in Hyderabad, and I am sure you will deliberate and go back with new ideas, new concepts that will encourage young people to join you. It is important that these organizations which hold the Indian value system, which are so precious to us, should go to the young people. It cannot become an old man's club or an old ladies' club. It has to be something, living. And because it is living, that's why it will survive 100 years, 150 years. So I wish you all the well, all of my best wishes with you, and I wish the conference all success. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Aditya Gautam to deliver the vote of thanks. Mr. Aditya Gautam is a fourth generation Brahmo. He is currently pursuing first year of engineering in the computer science discipline in Deegan University. He is the secretary of this 134th All India Brahmo Conference.
Privileged to deliver the vote of thanks for this wonderful program. First and foremost, we are deeply grateful to His Excellency, the Honorable Governor, for gracing this occasion with your presence and inspiring us with your valuable work. Your presence has made this event truly special. We sincerely thank Ms. D. Abhipna, Conference Chairman, for her warm welcome. Shri Keshav Chand Sir, President of Hyderabad Tekku Brahma Samaj, for his insightful address, and Ms. Rekha Sani Ma'am, Conference President, for her guidance and support.
with the soul. Sargamaya, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma, Mritangamaya, lead me from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light.
I request all the presidents and secretaries of the Samadhi Assembly and who are voting on the center, please correct your copies. Apart from that, I want to tell them all the delegates that this book is now on Amazon and also on Flipkart. And if you want any copies, particularly for the delegates, you can